And that will now take us into picking some of our biggest games this week. Starting out, we're only doing 5 games this week because, like we said, this week is super boring. But we got some good ones, or the ones that we honestly think is the best. So we're going to start out with our game of the week. And like normal, Isaac, why don't you tell the folks, what's our game of the week?
All right, folks, our game of the week is Pitt at West Virginia in the Backyard Brawl at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday night.
Yes, sir. This is a game we are looking forward to. This game was crazy last year. There's a long-standing history in this game. Pitt actually holds the all-time record, 62-40. Like I said, this game was super close last year and ended up being one of the best games of the year. Going into like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, West Virginia's driving. It's a tie game. And JT Daniels, he throws a perfect ball to his wide receiver, Ford Wheaton, which goes right through his hands, right off the top of his helmet, and right into a defender's hands, which turned into a pick six, and they lost the game because of that. West Virginia, they are looking for some revenge, obviously. Coming off a loss to Penn State 2 weeks ago, but still looking okay. Pitt coming off a loss to Cincinnati last week, which is pretty crazy. So that Big 12 over ACC matchup. The ESPN FPI is Pittsburgh, 64%. The spread is Pitt by 1. So not a lot of room for error here on this spread pick. We'll see what happens. Isaac, you got the first pick. Who you got?
So this is a tough one because, again, we have the FPI and the spread being pretty staunch on their differences. 64%, 1-point spread. It's in Morgantown. I think the fans will show up. There's not much else to do in West Virginia. I mean, there's just not. Now, that said, this is a West Virginia team that didn't look terrible against Penn State, just 2 weeks ago. This is a tough one. Pitt, again, they did win last year. FPI likes them. I'm going with the Mountaineers. I think West Virginia is going to have the home field advantage, and I think they'll win the Backyard Brawl in 2023.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree more. I think that, Pittsburgh, came off of a disappointing loss against Cincinnati, but West Virginia just hasn't been the same team as they were when they beat down on Clemson. And I think the Orange Bowl, was it not? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I turned that game off. I was very young. I was very frustrated. But yeah, I got Pittsburgh in this game. I think, they're going to come back off of this disappointing loss. I think it's going to be a shootout, but I don't think West Virginia has as much of a defense as Pittsburgh has. And I think Pittsburgh steps up when it's most important on the defensive end. So yeah, I got Pittsburgh by, field goal.
All right, yeah, that's a really good point. Pitt's offense, they can definitely keep up, but my question is, can their defense? They gave up so many points and so many yards to the run game and to the air raid against Cincinnati last week. The West Virginia offense looks good. If they can get it going early, it could be over fast. So my pick here, I'm going with West Virginia. They got the home field advantage. I think the Mountaineers can definitely pull this one out. And I obviously they're going to cover the spread, but I got them to go win by 7. Got them by a touchdown. I think it's a super close game again, but I think the Mountaineers get it done this time.